And I just stopped typing halfway through the traction slide. None of this is the real reason we started the company. That's what she told me, sitting in her kitchen 3 weeks out from the deadline.
3 weeks to rewrite your own story. That much runway.
Hey, welcome back to year 1.
Good to be here.
We've got her whole arc today. Application, partner read, and whatever happens after the decision date.
Which is the part that always gets me, the waiting.
She's submitted her Yes Combinator application 6 days from now.
And what that first draft left out.
We'll get into the 1-minute video, the single traction number everyone obsesses over, and that $500,000 safe shapes what she's optimizing for.
And there's a co-founder dynamic buried under some pretty vague language in that draft. I want to know why.
Later, we'll hear how YC partners actually read an application like hers against one that's dead on arrival.
Plus how the odds shift if you miss July 27th at 8 p.m. Pacific.
So stick around. By the end, we'll know if her rewrite makes it in before the clock runs out.
Let's hear what she started.
I was on the phone with a founder this week, and she just stopped talking mid-sentence. Said she'd read her own one-liners so many times she couldn't tell if it was true anymore.
6 days out and she's questioning her own pitch?
6 days out. 3 weeks of polishing, and she suddenly realized the draft wasn't the real story.
What was wrong with it?
It was safe, clean sentences, no risk in them, which is exactly the problem.
Right, safe doesn't get you in.
And the clock is real. Best Startup laid out the dates plainly. On-time applications close July 27th at 8 p.m. PT. And if you're in before that, Y Combinator promises a decision by August 28th.
Miss it and you're still red, just no promise date attached.
That's the exact language Best Startup used. Late applications still get considered, but without a guaranteed response.
So every line has to earn its spot before the clock runs out.
That's what kills people. From what's out there, YC's funding something like 1 to 2% of the more than 10,000 applications it gets each batch.
1 to 2% of 10,000.
Maybe 200 spots, if that. Every sentence either earns its place or it's dead weight.
So what Ashley got cut from her draft?
The founding story, the paragraph about why she cared, the one she'd written first and loved most.
It's usually the heart of the thing.
Which is the mistake. She replaced 2 paragraphs of feeling with 1 sentence on what the product does and 1 number on who's using it.
So the version going in 6 days from now barely looks like where she started.
Barely. And that's before anyone's touched the video or sat through the actual interview.
So what happens when 4 partners cut her off 10 seconds in?
Building on that cut, let's talk about the video itself. 60 seconds. That's the whole runway.
Right. I keep telling founders production value doesn't matter, and they never believe me.
My own batch video was shot on a laptop webcam at 11 at night. Got in anyway.
So what changed in hers wasn't the shot, it was the words. She cut it down to 1 line on the problem, 1 on what's built, then the number.
Which number did she land on?
Weekly revenue growth. She had 3 candidates: total users, retention, revenue growth.
Not retention. That usually reads well to partners.
Her retention curve is only 6 weeks old, not enough data points to defend under pressure.
Yeah, you don't want a partner asking over what period and watching you stall.
The growth number she can repeat cold mid-sentence if someone cuts her off.
Because the interview itself is a stress test on whatever's written on the page.
YC's own interview guide lays it out. 10 minutes, 2 to 3 partners, no slides, and they've read your application before you even join the call.
I remember the first question landing before I finished saying hello.
One prep guide I came across puts the pace even sharper. Interruptions inside the opening seconds, and they don't let up.
So the sentence on the page has to survive being read out loud live under that kind of pace.
Which is why the traction number leads. What got cut to make room was the why now paragraph. 2 sentences, gone.
6 days out and she's still cutting.
And the $500,000 itself shapes what she's optimizing for. It's 2 safes, $125K on a post-money safe for 7%, plus $375K uncapped with an MFN clause.
So every line in that app has to answer 1 question.
Not is this exciting, but is it true, and is it enough to be worth 7% today?
That's the filter.
which is exactly where I start pulling threads, because choices like these usually cover something up.
Like what?
So here's what I keep circling back to in her app. The word she uses for her co-founder is support, not partner.
Huh. I didn't catch that.
I'm still solo on product decisions. That's not in the deck, but it's in how she answers the group question in her draft.
Does that sink her?
Not by itself, but if a partner asks a follow-up and I hedge, that's where it gets bad.
You've seen this pattern before.
Ziner.io ran the S26 deadline timeline back in April. On-time cutoff was May 4th. Interview invites landed anywhere from 14 to 21 days out.
That's a long wait to sit with a soft answer.
Exactly. And Ziner.io's coverage of that cycle kept flagging the same thing. Founders getting caught contradicting their own written application the second a partner starts asking questions.
So the gap isn't the traction number. It's the story not matching the paper.
Right. Say your metrics revenue growth, then get asked, who has custody of the roadmap? And blank.
That's the tale. So what does she do with 6 days left?
That's the actual fight this week. Ship something honest and a little rough, or polish something that reads clean and isn't.
You'd take rough.
Every time. I've watched people over-varnish a pitch until there's nothing left to ask about. And that's worse than a gap, because then the interview has nowhere to go.
A perfect answer with no follow-up room.
Dead air, basically. Partners want a thread to pull.
So her homework isn't cutting more words.
No, it's deciding what I'm actually willing to say out loud about the co-founder gap before someone else asks me to.
And if she doesn't figure that out by Monday,
then the application says one thing and she says another in week 2. And partners have sat through hundreds of those exact 10 minutes.
Shifting gears, I keep thinking about what a partner's actually doing with a stack of applications on a Friday night.
They're not reading for the whole company. They're reading for one thing. Is this worth 10 minutes on a call?
So the bar's lower than founders think.
Way lower. Acceptance sits around 1% to 2% industry-wide, but the written app just has to clear one hurdle, earn that interview slot.
Which means the honest but rushed app still has a real shot as long as it clears that hurdle.
Right. And partners have watched this exact split play out hundreds of times. Honest but rushed this week versus smooth but empty.
What's the actual tell on the page? What separates them?
One specific number. Not a paragraph about momentum, a number.
So rushed isn't automatically the kiss of death.
Not if the number's solid. Rushed and vague together, that's the combination that gets tossed in the first pass.
Give me the doomed version.
Users love the product. We're seeing great feedback. That's a vibe.
And the one that earns the callback?
40 paying customers in 9 days, 0 paid marketing. A founder who did the work and wrote down what happened.
Huh, no adjectives required.
None. Adjectives are what founders reach for when they don't have the number yet.
Worth remembering, Airbnb got rejected the first time it applied and came back anyway.
Which is the point partners keep making. A lot of founders read rejection as final. It rarely is.
How often do partners actually see this exact 6-day scramble?
Every cycle without fail. In their experience, honesty under deadline tends to beat polish under deadline.
So what happens if she's still typing at 7:59 on the 27th?
Best Startup US laid this out. Late applications still get read. UC says so directly, but there's no promised decision by August 28th once the window closes.
So the math changes the second that clock hits 0.
Completely. On time, she knows either way by the 28th. Late, she's just waiting. No date attached.
That's a different kind of pressure than wondering if they'll say yes.
It's wondering if they'll even tell her.
6 days, one number to lock down, and a countdown that just got real.
Question is whether that number is already sitting in a spreadsheet or if she still has to go find it.
So walk me through what's actually left on her list before Sunday night.
3 things. Reconcile every number in that traction slide, actuals, not projections.
That's the revenue growth figure from segment 4?
Same one. She's cross-checking Stripe payouts against her own spreadsheet before she types it into the app.
Smart. Partners pull on sloppy math fast.
Then the 1-minute video. She hasn't recorded it yet.
Wait, seriously? With days left?
Yeah, no script, just her and the co-founder, camera on a laptop.
I've watched founders blow that minute rambling about vision. Just say what you built and who's using it.
Right, and don't perform confidence you don't have. Partners can tell.
So, number, video, submit.
Best Startup laid out the deadline plainly. Applications close July 27th at 8 p.m. PT for a guaranteed decision.
And if she's still fiddling with the deck at 7:59,
Submit anyway. A rough app in the window beats a polished one that misses it.
that's the whole tension of this episode right there.
6 days, 1 number, 1 minute of tape.
What happens if she nails the number but the video's shaky?
Honestly, I've seen shaky video get past partners plenty of times. The number carries more weight.
And if the co-founder dynamic we flagged earlier comes up in an interview,
That's a conversation for August, not July.
Best Startup says interviews happen by video sometime in August for on-time applicants.
With decisions landing August 28th, that's the date to circle.
So we don't know yet if she gets that interview.
We don't. She hits submit, and then it's out of her hands.
That's the part nobody prepares you for, the waiting.
Yeah, year one's checking back after August 28th to see if the invite lands.
Until then, she's got till Sunday, 8 p.m. to make her case.
1 number, 1 minute, 1 button.
So 6 days out, she's still weighing her traction number.
Revenue growth over retention. Her retention curve's only 6 weeks old.
Right, then there's the 1-minute video, still unshot.
Add the actual submit button, and that's her whole weekend.
The deadline's July 27th, 8 p.m. Pacific. No extensions.
1 to 2% of 10,000 applicants get in. The math doesn't wait for anybody.
So the lesson here, a rougher, honest application beats a polished, hollow one.
We're not leaving her there, though.
Nope, year one's coming back once YC's August 28th decisions land.
Know a first-year founder with a story like hers? Send them to year1@heymato.com.
And if this one got you thinking differently about startups, leave us a review.
Thanks for spending this hour with us.
We'll see you after the decisions come in.